Good day, everyone. It's July 19th. We're living in the beautiful world. I'm the Doom Wizard, documenting the demise of civilization on Earth. I've been doing this for several years because I felt it was pertinent that someone came forward and told the truth without sugarcoating things. I'm a realist, along with many others on this platform who supported me. I cannot thank you enough. There's some things I failed to mention in my recent posts, which explains this video and its purpose. I hope you're out there getting it while you still can. With all the evidence and data available, it is completely insane that we are going on with business as usual, although some U.S. counties feel most affected by climate change. That's affected, not effected. From 2022 to 2024, the percentage of Americans reported having personally felt the effects rose from 44.4% to 49%. And of those, notably, the number one area being Alameda County in California. The Pentagon is upping its investment planet heating emissions. Huge spending boost for the Pentagon will produce an additional 26 megatons of planet heating gases on a par with the annual carbon equivalent emissions generated by 68 gas power plants or the entire country of Croatia. I'd love to visit there someday. Is it time that we just limit it, try to 1.7? No. It's already built in. And this is what I forgot in my last video, is that although carbon dioxide emissions have reached 429 parts per million, just to clarify, I'm aware there are at least a dozen other potent greenhouse gases, nitrous oxide, even water, that contribute to, let's say, 560, 600 parts per million. If we were to add it all up, you can correct me in the comments, which means we're due for Pliocene epoch era climate, which is to include a world 3 to 4 degrees Celsius warmer and sea levels about 72 feet higher. This is what the geological data shows and where we've backtracked to in terms of global emissions. Concentrations, at least. Thankfully, high-resolution climate model reveals detailed regional impacts of 1 degree of global warming, and you can also up that to 2, 3, 4, and this is the subject of my next video when I get time to trek it up to the library. I live about 30 minutes from all the local villages and towns. Then I could sit down and record my screen, but essentially groundbreaking work from the team of scientists at the IBS Center for Climate Physics, Pusan National University in South Korea, and the Alfred Wegener Institute, and several others have achieved a breakthrough in climate modeling. So they utilized the AWI CM3 Earth System model, a novel iterative global modeling protocol ahead of South Korea's fastest supercomputers, and have simulated climate change at scales of 9 kilometers in the atmosphere and 4 to 25 kilometers in the ocean. So these are extensive computer modelings, represent simulations that you can see in much clearer detail. And as a reminder that global warming is spatially quite heterogeneous, for 1 degree Celsius, the Siberian and Canadian Arctic will warm by about 2 degrees, whereas the Arctic Ocean will experience warming up to 5 degrees. In high mountain regions such as the Himalayas, Andes, and the Hindu Kush, the model simulates 45 to 60% acceleration relative to the global mean. That's massive, says Moon Ja-yin from the ICCP, lead author of the study. So you can download this data and integrate it with Google Earth and roll around the planet and witness our terminal diagnosis in full effect. This is going to be catastrophic if you have any sense of comprehension about the way our civilization works. We are currently addicted to fossil fuel products. None of this is new knowledge to any of y'all, but I should just bear repeating that the predicament statement I make is just as spot on as I can understand it, is that we're locked into this runaway warming scenario. And as I discussed with my good friend across the country, now is the time to be, among many things, living it up, getting out there while you still can, but also making amends, doing your spiritual work on essentially who are you and what are you here for. I know all of us have stories that we tell ourselves, and they define our paths in life. But against the backdrop of collapse or worldwide extinction, you have to delve a little bit deeper into what it means to be an optimal human in your state with what you've been given. And if you haven't or you didn't purchase assets like gold, silver, and Bitcoin before 2020, then you're pretty much up shit creek right now. Even real estate, because it's a bubble about to pop. Working your ass off, not keeping up with inflation. It just feels like the never-ending grind. You can never have enough money to buy all the things that you want. To me, this community is priceless. There's no amount of money I can put on having all of you bear witness together in real time the certain type of hell that we are creating for ourselves on many fronts. It is something akin to the nightmare world, although it can also be the beautiful world, which I hope you're living in it, or some version of it for yourself. The circumstances that we're in right now are unparalleled in history on this scale, and most Americans aren't ready for a civil war in the next few years, nor a war with China, which would crush us. A reminder that these heat records are going to keep getting broken.
A heat wave is sweeping across parts of the country, sending temperatures soaring to above 40 degrees Celsius in some places. But for those who must work all day, the heat is punishing, and some of the worst affected are delivery drivers.
Suddenly, it finally cooled off here in upstate New York for a brief time, but the decision to talk about geoengineering should just be thrown out. That's how I feel about it. We would dramatically disrupt ecosystems around the planet with an unknown experiment, and cloud seeding is bullshit. It's not causing the heavy rains all over the world. People like other content creators who have a lot of followers don't want to tell the truth. They're living in denial so fucking hard because they have so much skin in the game. It would burst their bubble. They would freak out and lose it. Making eye contact with people, if you're isolated, it does tremendous damage to your brain. It makes you paranoid and scared of every little thing. You need to get out there and form a community. You need to get yourself right if you want to continue interacting with people in a pleasant manner.
Calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. This was your job, goddammit. This was your responsibility. You were meant to check Fisher's background thoroughly. We are not prepared for this type of violence.
We have dealt.
That's advice to everyone, myself included. No one's perfect. I appreciate you, Doomers. Hit like, stay tuned. I'll try to get to that Earth modeling future warming scenarios video as soon as I get the time and energy. I can't make these videos all the time, and thank you. I'll talk to you later.